Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is LJ if you're new to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the brushes that I use to blend out my eyeshadow specifically for hooded eyes, because I feel like with hooded eyes, you have to use specific brushes to make sure that you're very precise, because we do have limited space within the eyes. So I feel like it's very important to be very specific with the type of brushes you're using. Sometimes you can use the wrong brush and your eyeshadow can end up being blended really badly. So I felt the need to make this video so you guys can know exactly which brush I use to blend out my eyeshadows and the functions that I use them for. So if you're interested in seeing this video, then keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the eyebrow brush. I feel like the eyebrow brush is like a no-brainer. So the eyebrow brush that I have here, this is the Morphe M 158 brush. It's a two-way brush, so it has the spoolie brush right here you can use to comb up your eyebrow hairs. Then you've got the angled liner brush right here that I use for applying my eyebrow product. You can use it for eyebrow gel, or you can use it to apply with like eyebrow pomade. Either one, it works well for both of them. It goes for $5. The next brush is this E11 brush. This is an angled eyebrow brush. It looks like this, saturated in concealer, of course, because I did use it. So yeah, this is the E11 brush. It's an angled brush that I feel like can get into that really curvy part of your eyebrows. I feel like it's best to use an eyebrow brush that is angled, because that part of your eyebrows are angled, where it curves. So you want to use also an angled brush to clean up around that area, and that's what I use this brush for. It is $7, and I feel like it's perfect to really get on that curve right there. And then also to clean up my eyebrows, I use another Morphe brush. This is the Morphe 410 brush right here. So this is like a regular flat concealer brush. I use it to get towards the front of my eyebrows, like the direction going towards the front of my eyebrows. I don't use it around the angled side, because that area of my face around this area right here is very straight. So I want to use one that's flat and straight instead of using an angled one around that area, because that part of my eyebrows is not angled. And this goes for $6. So the next brush is the M173 brush. This is a mini buffer brush. So I usually use it to clean up my concealer when I am trying to put on the base on my eyelids before applying eyeshadow. So I use it for concealer, or I use it for eyeshadow base to just really buff it out. And that's pretty much the function of it. I feel like it's perfect for precision work. It really gets in the inner corners of your eyes so that you can be able to blend out that concealer around that area. You can use it for under your eye, blending out the concealer, the creasing under your eye with this brush. And I feel like it's really perfect with cream products, because it's very soft and it's very dense. I like using a dense brush to blend out my eyelid base. So I feel like this dense brush is really perfect, and it goes for $7, which is actually very reasonably affordable. All right, so the next brush is this is like my favorite brush to pack on eyeshadow, to like apply everything, because I feel like it's perfect for hooded eyes. It's small enough. This is the M506 brush. It's also a tapered eyebrow brush, and it's very small, so you can use it to really pack on eyeshadow. And I feel like it's also perfect to blend out your eyeshadow. So you can use it first. I usually use it, I put it on the eyeshadow, I dust it off, then I pack it onto my eyes, specifically on the outer area, bringing it in towards the inner area. So I dust it off completely, and then I use it to blend. Now I feel like this brush is perfect for hooded eyes. If you're looking for a brush to really blend out and your eye space is very small, this brush would be perfect, because it allows you to get on that crease, within that crease right there, in order for you to pack on eyeshadow on there. And at the same time, it also allows you to blend it out, so that you're not blending it out too much to where it goes all the way up. So you want to make sure when you're blending out your eyeshadows, you're blending it to the point where it comes close to your eyebrows but not past your eyebrows, of course. So this brush is very small if you have small eyelids. Another brush that I usually use, I use sometimes to blend out eyeshadows, is the MAC 224 brush right here. It's also tapered, however it's much bigger. So this brush, I use it towards my brow bone, because I do have more space around that area. Because my eyebrows are arched, I feel like it's easier to use a bigger brush, because you get more space around that area to blend it out. So I usually use this around my brow bone area. Now when it gets towards the inner portion of my eye, I have less space, so I use the Morphe M506 brush, and that M506 brush is $8. I did get this a long time ago, like 3 years ago I think, from the MAC store in Belk. I don't remember the price of it, but I will definitely link it down below in the description box. This has been a holy grail brush for me to keep this brush and still use it. It's definitely a holy grail brush for me because I feel like it's very precise. It's a precision brush, it's tapered, and it's not too dense. So definitely like this MAC 224 brush. So the next brush is this Morphe M124 brush. This is what it looks like. It's a flat brush. It's $6. I like this brush because it has natural and synthetic bristles within the brush. So it's very easy to use it as a cut crease. I usually use this brush to cut my crease, and then I use it to pack on the eyeshadow. I clean it off, then I use it to pack on my eyeshadow. I feel like it's really good to cut the crease, especially if you have hooded eyes, because it's small. Because hooded eyes have very small lids, I feel like it's best to use a very small brush to cut the crease. There's another brush that I want to show you guys. This is the M166 brush right here. It's much bigger, much wider than this M124 brush. You guys can see the difference between the sizes. This brush will be better if you have bigger eyelids. So people without hooded eyes, this is the brush that sometimes you see them using, but if you have hooded eyes, this brush ain't gonna work for you, okay? If you have small eyelids, this is not gonna work for you. It's gonna be too big. You're gonna cut your crease all the way towards your eyebrows and it's gonna be crooked. It's just not gonna give you like the most precise cut crease. I would recommend this brush because it's smaller. Another one that I use to pack on eyeshadow is this Morphe 456 brush. I use this brush to apply my eyelid shade. It's a fluffy brush, so it's supposed to be used for the crease, but I feel like because it's so flat, too flat to place on the crease, I feel like it doesn't really blend your crease out well. I use it to apply eyeshadow because I feel like I can go back and forth with it to make sure that the pigment is building up. I like to take a little bit of the eyeshadow and then just go back and forth around my eyelid area just so that it can build up. For shimmery eyeshadows, when you do that, it builds it up and really gets the pigment on there. So I also use this for my eyelid, but that's only if I'm not cutting my crease. If I am cutting my crease, I use this M124 brush. All right, so the next brush is the Morphe M321 brush, and this is what it looks like. It's a bullet brush, so you guys can see it's shaped like a bullet, and it's a crease brush. However, I use this for the inner portion of my eye. Now, when I'm applying the eyeshadow within the inner corner of my eye, I usually like to bring it up. So I like a brush that you can use to really blend it out completely, because I like to blend out the inner corner of my eye. I don't like just placing it. I like to actually drag it all the way up. And I feel like because this brush is like shaped like a bullet, it can really, like the tip can really get within the crease area. I like to bring it towards my crease, and I feel like the tapered part can really get on that crease, and I feel like it's really perfect. I use this all the time to put on my inner corner shade. As you guys can see, it's brought like a little bit and blended with my eyelid shade, and this brush goes for $5. All right, the next brush is the M250-1 brush right here. Now this is just like an eyeliner brush. I wanted to mention this brush because I feel like it's so perfect. It's like really small, so it'd be perfect for hooded eyes if you're wanting to use like a gel liner to apply your eyeliner. It can really draw out a really precise eyeliner because it's very thin, like extremely thin. It's actually one of the thinnest eyeliner brushes I've seen, and it goes for $5. All right, next brush is the M433 brush right here. So this is just a blending fluffy brush. It's super fluffy. It doesn't look so much tapered, so I use this to seamlessly blend out eyeshadows to the point where it looks super faded. If I'm not really trying to get the pigment on there, this is a brush that I use for shading and to really seamlessly blend out my eyeshadows. You can use the flat side to pack eyeshadow on there. I don't, because it's very big, but it's very fluffy and firm to really, you can really blend out eyeshadow with it. The next brush is the M213 brush. So this brush is like more to smudge eyeshadows. I use it to buff right underneath my eyes. I also like this brush a lot. I saved the best for the last. This is like my favorite brush. It really gets on your crease area, so I like to use it to really deepen the crease eyeshadow. So if I'm going for like a smoky eye and I'm putting the black on the outer portion of my eye, but I need to drag it towards the inner corner of my eye, right on where where that crease is, right above it. I use this brush because it really gets on there, and I usually just pack it on. So I pack the deeper eyeshadow on there, and then I use it to really just blend it out. I feel like it's very small, and if you have hooded eyes, you have that deep crease right above your eyelid, you can use this brush. It's very small to pack on the darker eyeshadow shade, and you can also use it to blend it out. That's what I use it for. I feel like I can't really use like a bigger, fluffier brush to blend it out around that area because it gets on your eyelid, and it also goes above towards your eyebrow area. So this brush is very small, and I use it to do that. This is like my holy grail brush. It adds precision in your eyeshadow, so I really love this brush. It goes for only $4. Like, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if this video was really helpful. If you have hooded eyes and you were looking for like, okay, which eyeshadow brushes should I use, or you're just like a beginner and you're looking for like brushes that you want to learn how to use to apply your eyeshadows and you just have no idea, these are very affordable brushes, and I like to bring to you guys things that I feel like you guys can be able to afford. I don't like sitting here talking about brushes that cost $50, $60, $7, very fancy bougie brushes, because I feel like for me when I was starting, like the only bougie expensive brushes that I used were Sigma brushes, and those brushes were bomb, but they were too expensive. And when I found out about Morphe brushes, I was like, I'm gonna get on these Morphe brushes because at the end of the day, if I lose them, I can be able to replace them. But imagine losing a Sigma brush that costs $20. Like, you're just gonna, but it hurts because it's very expensive. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and join the family, and hit the bell so you're always notified of a new upload. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.